What was it? What was I say? What did I say last time we talked? Labour's slogan next year should be Labour for the common good, and their national slogan should be the common good. Get
No, they
get all man for him, every man for himself. The woman can go themselves.
Yeah, it'd be nice, but there's a couple of topics that I want to discuss here. I suppose they're still current. We spoke about them earlier, to do with Labour's capital gains tax. Now,
Right.
Some
Scary.
stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I'm still scared. Me with my 10 properties, me so scared. Oh, I have to pay 28% tax on selling like my third on a third property. Oh no, can't.
Yes, exactly. I wouldn't put it exactly like that.
I'm such a small bean.
I think not a lot of people want this tax. I think it's a stupid tax. Even if
your anecdotal evidence is the widespread polling evidence makes the contrary to your statement that you've just made.
The polls are obviously asking. The polls are obviously asking people that
the polls. Labour's rising. Labour's rising.
Well, the polls are obviously asking people that probably wouldn't affect. I think it's stupid. And what is it for? To pay for some doctor's visits that aren't even that expensive. That is so stupid.
Yeah, I mean the starting revenue being brought in would start at about 700 million a year, rising up to 1.62 billion in 2030. It's not a large amount of money, but it's enough money to help pay for other fundings ring-fenced for health, and more specifically the new Medi-card initiative.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't need to say what I just said. I have a video on. I might do on this video like a prompt.
Now, I can't hear you. What's going on here?
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Better.
Okay. When did you stop hearing me? Because I need
just for about 10 seconds before just there.
Okay. Well, I forgot what I said 10 seconds ago. Anyway, so I mean, the 700 million.
Sounds like Chris Hipkins.
Shut the fuck up. I probably got some form of mental disability. Oh shit! I just played into your hands, man. Yeah, because I'm a Labour voter.
Again, doesn't surprise me.
Anyway, what I was going to say: 700 million a year in revenue from the capital gains tax ring-fenced for health and the Medi-card initiative. The CGT is, or every CGT tax, no matter how narrow, is always predicted to go up. It is predicted to break over $1 billion, 1.62 billion, I believe, by 2030.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a lot of money, but ring-fenced for health, and more specifically for the Medi-card initiative. 3 doctor's visits for a start. It's a good one. It's for the common good, Lennox. Do you know the definition of the common good?
It's the common good would be if they just kept their noses out of it. The thing.
Yeah. What was it? What was I say? What did I say last time we talked? Labour's slogan next year should be Labour for the common good, and their national slogan should be "Fuck the common good, can't get fucked."
No,
get fucked. All man for him, every man for himself, can't. The woman can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, it'd be nice, but it's paying for nothing. Basically, it's paying for 3 doctor's visits.
You shouldn't be swearing.
I shouldn't be swearing.
No, you shouldn't be swearing.
But it's paying for 3 doctor's visits. Are you for real? Is that it?
Well, it isn't a lot, is it? And that's what a lot of people are saying. Like, for people that need the visits, is there a argument for maybe making it means tested to shift that allocation of doctors' visits to people that actually do need them? And there is an argument in it. My retort is, Labor won't admit this, Labor won't say this, but in my opinion, I think the plan is to further expand the doctors' visits past 3. The only reason why it's 3 right now is because it's trying to fit in the volume of the funding that the CGT, or this new CGT, will outlay. But what the new CGT is an opening, as I said in multiple videos, or the CGT announcements video, is that it's opening another door to a revenue stream for the government, for the country. It's just opening, getting your foot in the door.
Yes, exactly. But that's the thing is...
So yes, at the moment it doesn't look amazing, but it is a competent growth to progress this country. Lennox,
that's the thing people...
It's a vision, Lennox. It's a vision, Lennox, my boy. It's a vision for this country that I don't think your boys know what the definition of vision is.
Well, we do.
They're too blind. They need to go to Specsavers to see their future because they've got none.
Well, they've obviously, quite the contrary. I think they've built...
I'm a bit hyped up with sugar.
...themselves and for the country if they get a bit more time, and I hope they do. Here's to another fucking long time in government. But the thing is this is the problem with it. It's just going to balloon into a big unmanageable thing that's going to take lots of money off lots of people with no actual gain. I know you guys like to say that you're going to have this gain and that gain and blah blah blah, and you guys have done this and that, and you're going to try this and that, and none of it ever works. You just blow money like it's no tomorrow. Never works. And then, us boys, as you like to put it, have to come in and try and fix the problems. And then you end up with a situation like we have now, which...
Right. Thousands of less tradespeople than the previous government. Thousands, hundreds of people leaving every day in conjunction with the previous government.
Yep, because the thing is...
Our health sector is in tatters because of this government.
No, because...
We are spending about $500 million, I believe, less than the previous year because of this government.
No, because of the previous government. Because of the
is
previous...
it though? We have cut billions of dollars, $16 billion in taxes, less revenue for the government.
Yep. Yes. Here's the thing:
high living costs because of this government.
No
tariffs because of this. No, because I was just going on. I was going on a roll.
Because of the previous government, we've had to do things like that because there was no money in the public sector. We did the tax cuts.
I'm not doing that,
but.
I know, right? You did that. Yeah, carry on.
The tax cuts were a necessary thing to do, or at least try and do what you are talking about and actually increasing productivity. That's how I would increase productivity in this country, would be to give tax cuts instead of actually increasing taxes. It won't do anything.
I would say targeted tax cuts, especially targeted tax cuts at the bottom bracket. Getting rid of any of the 10.6% tax rate in the first 15,000, absolutely. Lowering the GST rate, absolutely.
Well, that's not going to create any productivity.
Or at the very least, getting rid of GST on good on veg and fruit and vegetables. Who was the party that promoted that last election? I wonder what that would promote.
That was Labour, except they didn't have anything else. And
no, they didn't. No, admittedly, they didn't.
Money.
They were a bit. No, they didn't blow it. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Kiwi Build, light rail.
Kiwi Build. Okay. This is my gripe with everybody who shits on Kiwi Build. The problem that Jacinda Ardern I had with Jacinda Ardern was that she had this idea, and it was a fair, well-intentioned idea. Naive, in my opinion, was to go, why should we put a target on child poverty? Why should we put a target on the amount of houses we have to build. Like everybody should have houses, blah, 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 or every child should not be in poverty. Very well intentioned, very well meaning. The problem that comes around is that when you set a high bar, everybody expects you to meet it. No government was going to meet the 100,000, or was it 200,000? It was 100 or 200,000 houses within the allotted time span. No government was, unless they did some drastic reforms when it comes to workplace safety and they brought back slavery. We didn't have the infrastructure and the structure after years of National being in power. We had to slowly build that back up. In the first years, in 2019, I believe 200 houses were built. During up to near the end of 2020, and I believe maybe early 2021, we got to over 1,000 houses. By 2023, we had built 2,864 houses. It was a slow increase rate of houses being built in that allotted time. And let me just ask you, about 2,864, that's not exact, it's over 2,000 houses were built by the last Labour government. How many houses has this government built?
Well, I would hope none.
How many?
I would hope none, and I would hope that the private sector is...
Cue the Kieran McAnulty badass speech saying how many. Not many. Not many. Lennox. And why is that? I can't hear you. Hello?
No,
I'm too smug. You can carry on the conversation.
I would, like I told you, I'd hope none. I'd hope that the private sector would take up that mantle. I'm not sure whether it has or not. But, well, I don't have those figures. I don't think that it matters. I don't think it's...
Well, it does.
I don't think it's the government's job to be building houses.
Well, to the contrary, I do think there should be a, not in a sense a public-private partnership, but we are in a structure that requires public capital to assist in building houses, affordable housing.
Yes.
And so that should be tapped in. Absolutely.
I absolutely agree, except we don't have any money. And then, but
why is that, Lennox? Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
I'll
Use
tell
your
you why
brain,
this
man.
is.
Come
I'll tell
on.
you why that is.
You say that the tax cuts were good, and then we lose revenue. We've got no money. Why is? And then you say, well, we got no money because of the last government. Who made those tax cuts, Lennox?
It's not the tax cuts.
We went into economic recession with those tax cuts. We were increasing as a country.
It's not the tax cuts.
Okay.
It's the fact that all the money got spent before the tax cuts. The tax cuts was in an effort to actually bring back the economy.
What are you talking about? But the economy wasn't brought back. We dipped further than we ever had before.
No, it didn't. But it was.
We went into a recession because of those tax cuts.
It was in an effort to do that.
Well, it wasn't a very good effort.
Well, you're Labour Party. Don't talk to me about effort.
It wasn't very good. It wasn't very intelligent from those guys. You have to admit, that might have been the case.
No, you can't talk about intelligence when you've got someone like Napkins running the show over there.
Napkins.
Well, and
that's a bit harsh.
I
only called the PM a retard. Chill out.
They got no idea. And then now they're trying to bring this capital gains tax, and they tried this in last time they were
2014.
It didn't. No, was it? It was later than
that.
No,
they've been just in the before in the so technically not really.
Probably ever did. So they tried it before she binned it because obviously there wasn't enough support.
Okay, fine. What would you rather? CGT or wealth tax? Or no, I'll give you three options: so CGT, wealth tax, or land LVT.
Well, I don't like any tax, but
common good, Lennox. You live in a society. Pick one.
Mm-hmm. Here's what I would do. I would have a capital gains tax. No, I wouldn't actually. I would. I would have a wealth tax. However,
Really? I disagree.
however, I would cap it at 5 million, or it starts at 5 million, and then to get around that tax,
You
then
can't.
then it's easy to get around. So then when I'm about to be worth $5 million, I'll go and fucking get into $300,000 worth of debt buying
You
a
know,
Ferrari to sit in my
you know what you
what?
should do? You should get into the Opportunities Party, get in, and become like associate finance minister, if that's actually a thing, and institute that and get the votes and then institute it, but make a huge hole in it, and nobody notices. Everyone will notice, but do
Yeah.
a Richard Prebble, do
But the
a
thing
do a Roger Douglas.
is I would do that. I'd have that wealth tax, but then it'd be a bullshit tax, like, because it is a bullshit tax.
You're a bullshit tax.
It's the way that they
It's such a scummy way to answer the question. Come on.
let's if people over 3 million have to pay this, it's like, yeah, but I can get around that.
Sure,
You know,
buddy.
if you what they were doing before about, once you're worth 3 million or more, you got to pay a certain amount. Yeah, but once I'm like worth 2,999,000, I'll just fucking buy a Ferrari with debt,
Oh yeah.
and then
On
and
these
then,
roads, Lennox,
well, it's just as an example.
maybe a Range
But
Rover, but
well, whatever, and then once I've almost paid that debt off, and I'm worth, back to being worth 2.9 million or something.
yeah,
Oh, sweet, we'll go buy some more shit.
hell yeah.
So that'd be what I would do.
Yeah, you
Just so then
living in the suburbs.
had nothing.
I don't,
But
not to get all serious and official, but I don't like a wealth tax. One of my few criticisms with the Green Party is that they were too emphatic with the wealth tax. I think that
I don't like it either. But you forced me to answer the question.
Well, you could have picked anything else. You could have picked a land value tax. But anyway.
But the thing is you can't really, you probably could, but I couldn't,
anyway.
On the spot, I couldn't figure out a way to dodge that tax. I could figure out a way to dodge the.
Oh, you could if you're a property builder. But anyway, on the wealth tax, it's one of my few economic criticisms. I've got other criticisms, but specifically the economic criticism is they're too emphatic on the wealth tax. I think that Barbara Edmonds, highlighted it perfectly, saying that wealth flight is a bit of an issue, especially with a country of our stature. We're not exactly like UK or the United States, where capital does arrange around. We've got the centre of business, and that we don't really have that. In Australia, our closest neighbour doesn't have a wealth tax, and so it's not as a doable, easily implemented tax as something like a capital gains tax or even a land value tax, and it's not scalable like a capital gains tax can be and will be.
Well, that's the thing, is capital gains tax is going to affect more people than you think.
It's really not, though.
It will.
But
I'm telling you.
It's not. Is this going to be the whole back and forth for the next 5 minutes? Not.
It's going to definitely affect.
Nuh-uh.
It will. I'm telling you, it'll fucking.
Okay, for the current measures, it affects what is it? 1 in 10? 1 in 10 New Zealanders. The current measure of the wealth tax, capital gains tax, will be affected. But even if it's a comprehensive one, very few Kiwis, very few New Zealanders are going to feel any form of pinch if they can't afford it. The only reason there would be any pinch felt would be because we have emphasised so much on retirement savings being implemented in property that there might be some danger in that. We have to be a bit more careful in that shift, which is why the narrow capital gains tax may be a good idea.
Well, that's all well and good to say, but it's not going to be narrow for long if we let it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So the thing
I hope it isn't.
The thing is of course you'd hope it isn't. You want fucking money from everywhere for nothing.
Oh, hell yeah.
But the thing is
I want to eat everybody or something or whatever
Yeah.
or other.
So,
Something for the revolution or whatever. I don't fucking know.
So basically, it's just crap, man. Like, just go to work some more, buy some houses,
Sorry.
you know, and all as well. Buy some businesses, buy whatever you want. But I don't think that we should have more taxes. You know, to,
Uh-huh.
you know, uh, people are going to struggle more. Like, it's just more money for the fucking government.
Look at me.
You know,
I'm a
like,
fucker.
and Dali over here.
I'm a little
But,
Frenchman.
it's just craziness. I really hate it. Yeah, I just to pay for 3 free doctors visits. Like, tell these people to fucking
Okay.
get their own doctor's appointment.
Okay. Fine. But like,
Yeah, so tell them.
no.
Get on the phone and tell everyone in New Zealand that they need to get
if
their
I
own
had to
doctor's
reply
appointments.
all for this country, we would be doing a lot better because I'd be telling them to get off their asses and do their job or something, whatever. I don't know. If you like this video, click like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to stay up to date with any new Daily Divide content. And also follow us on Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, and yeah. Thanks for watching.